The Charger Daytona is without a doubt one of the most polarizing vehicles to hit the market in recent memory. Love it or hate it, this EV has everyone talking, and I'm here to keep it real as always. Some people embrace its futuristic design and electric drivetrain, while others are downright disgusted by the lack of the roaring V8 that's not in its frame rails. But my dear friends, TK's Garage, OC Motivator, and myself often dive into these issues and these topics, and yes, we have been very critical of Mopar's latest moves, but what if I told you that these claims we made about software issues in the Charger Daytona are no longer just speculation and rumors? I've got the proof in this video, and I'm going to break down every single module in the Charger Daytona that's had software issues. If you've been watching my channel for the last couple years, you know I love a good deal. Whether it's saving $1,000 on Ram TRXs or Hellcats or helping you guys save money on your Demon 170s from all these dealer shenanigans, I love good deals. And there's no better deal that I can figure out online than with my buddies at Just Bought Ons and DragRacingWheels.com, where you can use my promo code BUTTER at checkout to save up to an additional 15% off on your next order. So check out my friends at Just Bought On and DragRacingWheels.com, where some of the best prices online just got a little bit better. Oh, and before we dive into this, CJ and 32s, I caught your video where you said that the Charger Daytona would not charge on a regular 120 outlet plug. And this is just a quick FYI, the house charger for the Charger Daytona is underneath the mat in the trunk of the Charger Daytona. Just wanted you to know that and throw it out there before I get fired and people start buying Charger Daytonas and thinking that they're gonna start blaming Dodge because there's no option to charge your car at your house. Now I'm just saying, I saw that in your video. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. Now, as the 2024 Charger Daytona models slowly start rolling out to customers, they are still a rare sight on the road. In fact, I just spotted one last night on a transport truck, head to my local dealership. So I'm hoping to go check out one today for the first time. But before I do, I just want to make sure that anyone lucky, or in some people's eyes, unlucky enough to own one of these, vehicles, that they know about the updates that these cars, these electric cars, desperately need. Now, without them, your Charger Daytona could potentially brick itself, leaving you stranded with an $80,000 paperweight, needing to be flatbedded back to the dealership. Likely, in this particular case with most people, in the snow. Now, if this sounds very familiar, it's because we've seen these early build issues before. Now, I've made videos in the past a few years ago, but the 2021 Ram TRXs, I covered situations where hoses were getting disconnected, suspension components were either breaking or coming to loose, and these are just stuff that went on with these early models. That's just the reality of being an early adopter with a lot of brands. This is not just a Ram or a Dodge or specific thing. I'm sure this stuff happened with Ford and GM and other brands as well. This is just something that I've noticed with some of these newer Stellantis vehicles, that sometimes stuff just goes on with them when they're early. But now I'm over 38,000 friends, and 69% of you guys not subscribed. TK's Garage, OC Motivator, they basically have been discussing these issues, particularly with these recent reports of thousands of Charger Daytonas being held at the plant for manual software updates. Well, I can confirm that they were absolutely correct with this rumor or speculation or whatever you want to call it. A dealership buddy of mine sent me this picture showing a tag that says yard refreshed along with the software version that the car needed. This was a picture of a tag that was inside of the Charger Daytona that his dealership received, and he sent me this picture just like this other picture I'm going to show you in just a few seconds. But yes, these Daytonas were being held back because they required manual software updates, just like we've been saying all along. Now let's dive into some specific modules causing these issues. Now Dodge and dealers will recognize this screen, so they know it's not fake. And this is basically like a diagnostic screen that dealers can go log into to see updates that need to be done to particular vehicles that they have. And so the thing is with this, that sometimes these dealers skip the steps required in doing PDI inspection. So sometimes these cars will leave dealership lots and they don't perform all the updates to them. Now I've seen this firsthand with early Ram TRXs. I've seen this with a couple other vehicles that had issues before they ramped a lot, because I know some other people who've had different software for different vehicles loaded on their car and they still made it outside of the dealership into their customers' hands. This is just, you know, just a long way of saying that, hey, yeah, sometimes stuff happens and sometimes the dealers don't pay attention to it, right? Now let's get back to the Daytona. If you got one of these early models and it's giving you problems, you can show the screenshot to your dealer to ensure they completed all of the necessary flashes that were supposed to have been done before you picked it up. Because I know there's a handful of people who's actually taking delivery of these cars. I've seen some videos of people who bricked and they had to do a bunch of reflashes in order to get the vehicle work. These were the flashes that the dealership had to do in order to get your car to work. Here is a breakdown of what is basically being updated in these cars. Like I said, I'm not exactly the biggest EV specialist there is on the planet, so I had to ask AI to kind of give me a breakdown of what these particular modules are. So basically, here we go right here. The BPCM, the battery pack control module, is responsible for managing the high voltage battery pack. It controls the battery's state of charge, temperature, and overall health, ensuring optimal performance and the safety of the electric powertrain. So the MCPA and the MCPB, so I'm gonna start with the MCPA one first. So the MCPA is the motor control power inverter A. Now this module inverts the DC power from the battery into the AC power in order to drive the electric motor. Now, similar to the MCPA, the MCPB, the motor control power inverter B, is another inverter module, but likely handles a different motor or aspect of the powertrain in an all-wheel drive configuration. Basically, these control the power going to the front and the rear motors of the Charger Daytona. Now, the last one on the list is this EVCU, the electric vehicle control unit, which manages the overall operation of the electric vehicle systems. It coordinates between the battery, its inverters, and the motors, ensuring a smooth operation, efficiency, and performance. And as you can see, these aren't just minor updates. This is basically every major component of the Charger Daytona's electric drivetrain that requires manual reflashing. And if you're wondering why these flashes are on the 2024 Charger Daytona and not done at the plant, it's because Stellantis was racing to meet government deadlines in order to qualify for EV incentives for 2024 model year. So as I said in the video that I made pretty much like a month ago, that a lot of these cars were sitting at the plant and they had like a deadline, like I think 2 days before Christmas, they had to get all these cars outside of the plant and into production, not production, but get them shipped from the plants to the dealerships. And that's why you're starting to see that now, all of a sudden, that now these 2024 cars are now getting pushed out to dealerships. So that's why you start to see the 2024 models hit the lots the last few weeks. And then you're gonna have 2025 models are gonna soon to be followed. I don't know what other 2025 cars are already gonna have all these updates already applied to them, but this is why the 2024s need to have these updates done to them, because they need to get them out of the plant. So if you got a 2024 Charger Daytona on order, you can double check with your dealer, like I said, to ensure that these updates are already applied. No one wants to be stuck out in the code, and trust me, I'm not hating, I'm just trying to help you guys out. So let me know what you guys think about these particular updates for the particular car. As I said in the previous video, I'm talking to Dodge to see when I can actually get a review unit, so I can actually review one and kind of give like you guys like a real sense for someone who's not necessarily, I'm not exactly against EVs, I'm not exactly pro EVs, but if they can kind of win me over for this car to have a place, then okay, it makes a lot of sense. So I asked Dodge, and I'm gonna put that in another video, exactly what they said about that, when the 4-door cars are gonna come out and when the ICE vehicles gonna come out, because I actually asked them all those questions and I got a response back last night. So I'm going to basically do that in another video. But let me know what you guys think about this particular video. Is me, TK, and OC Motivator just stirring the pot? Are we just spreading misinformation? Or are we just basically just keeping you guys abreast on what's going on, giving you the information that you need to hear? So basically just drop your comments down below and let me know what you guys think. If you got a Charger Daytona, I would love to hear about what's been going on with your car. And let me know if your dealership forgot to put these updates on there. And as usual, all my videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And until the next time, I'm out.